what stress is, what it really is. How it's necessary if you're planning on getting to where you're trying to go to.
So that you yourself could discover what you are made of. Whether you truly do have the belief in your own assignment. You know what tests does? They remind you you are living. You are alive. Only dead people are not tested. As long as you are breathing, you will be tested. And the exams never finish in life. Your faith is manifested by the tests it encounters. So we will never know whether you have faith unless you face a test.
You know, if you don't really want to be, everything you see above ground that blossoms and plants and grows and that's beautiful, it was underground one time. All them potatoes, collard greens, they was underground one time. Them apple trees, they was underground one time. So they had to prove themselves. See, you want to be successful, well then you got to prove yourself. You got to push through the dirt. You got to come up through here. You got to come out. Then you sprout, and then Bishop say, then you become a tree. Next thing you know, you got fruit.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks.
So you got to be willing to go get it every day. This is what I done learned about it. And all I can tell you is, you know, how I got to be who I am. That's all I can share with you. I got no other stories for you.
Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living.
But you got to be willing to get under some stress. See, stress is necessary. So when you under stress, take the stress for what it is. Don't get fooled. Don't just think, I don't know, man, Lord must not mean for it to be. What you tripping for? What you talking about? How you think you gonna be a plant, a tree, a flower, a bush, and ain't no stress? How you gonna get to be that without no dirt?
That's why you're going through what you're going through right now in your life. That experience didn't come to destroy you. It came to test to see if there's faith under all of that.
See, I expect dirt now. I expect people to talk about me. Matter of fact, I look forward to it now. Do your thing, because if I can weather what happened to me and my family earlier, you can bring whatever you got now. There's some more stuff going around now that's about to happen. Bring it. Because now I have developed a character. That is stress. I have soil, enough dirt on me that has provided me with nutrients. So now, let me help you understand how hard it is to be successful. It's very difficult because more people would be successful if it were easy. It's like doing 100 push-ups. You know, the average person can't do 100 push-ups.
You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it.
In some kind of way. You ain't got to know how. You just got to start. See, too many people try to figure out the how. Now you're trembling. You're shaking. Everything in you is about to blow up.
Hard work works. Working really hard is what successful people do.
Man, you say, well, I did the 100, I'm successful now. And then you say, well, good, now I'm successful. What I got to do to stay successful? Hold that position. After you done 100, lock and hold.
Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. You know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks, and I'm sure you've probably heard that before, but I want to talk to you about why that's so important. Your life will never be a straight path. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big. to dream big. And understand that to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency.
So the question we got to ask ourselves really is, what is it? So I've had an interesting laboratory to try to answer the question of the real question, which is, what's the difference in somebody's life if you look at somebody like those people that you've given everything to, like all the resources they say they need. You gave them not a $100 computer, you gave them the best computer. You gave them love, you gave them joy, you were there to comfort them. And those people very often, and you know some of them I'm sure, end up the rest of their life with all this love, education, money, and background, spending their life going in and out of rehab. And then you meet people that have been through ultimate pain. Psychologically, sexually, spiritually, emotionally abused, and not always, but often they become some of the people that contribute the most to society.
The point is, every graduate here today has the training and the talent to succeed. But do you have the guts to fail? Here's my second point about failure. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this great expression. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Les Brown's a motivational speaker. He made an analogy about this. He says, imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes? And let me tell you, the world needs your talents, man, does it ever. So you got to get out there. You got to give it everything you got, whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. Because remember this, because the chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you. Even though you're scared stiff. While it may be frightening, it will also be rewarding. Remember this, fall forward.
The most powerful motivational speeches that I have ever heard came from people who told me I couldn't do something. You know why? Because when they told me I couldn't do it, I was bound and determined to show them that I could. Tell me I can't do it. I will prove you wrong. I will show you.
We're not made to survive. We're not made to manage our pain or get through it. We're made to be creators of our lives. We can create anything. Anything we can dream about, we can create. How much of life do you feel like you control, or how much does life control you? Do you tend to control more of what's going on, or events controlling you? It's very easy to have those events start to take control unless we take control of what's between our ears, our own mind. You see, what you and I focus on massively affects how we feel, whether we're thriving or surviving. If you focus on what you can't control, if you focus on the past, if you focus on what's missing from your life constantly, that pattern of focus will make you frustrated, overwhelmed, depressed. Focus equals power. If you want to thrive, you got to focus on what you can control. You got to focus on the difference you can make. You got to focus on what's already in your life that you're grateful for.
Most people allow their fear of failure, 80%, allow their fear of failure to outweigh their desire to succeed. When you're willing to fail again and again and again, when you make up your mind to become unstoppable, when you make up your mind to become a no matter what person, then that will then give birth to a part of yourself that you don't know right now. I want you to have a big goal. And why is that important? Because
In order to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been. You have greatness in you. If you don't have the money, and if you don't have the contacts, if you don't have the relationship, none of those things matter. When you have a goal and dream, if you have the willpower to go after it,
you can never lose faith. That's the key. You have to believe in something that you can't see. You have to believe when you don't see no way how. Faith is the belief in things that you cannot see. You have to buckle down and keep believing. If God told you you were going to be rich in August of 2021, do you know how crazy you would talk to people from now until then? Because you know on August 21, I'm going to be rich. But he don't tell you when the package is going to arrive. So here's the deal. He wants you to stay in faith to receive the package, because he only delivers to Faith Street. If you step off over here to I Don't See How Boulevard, he don't ship them. He does not ship them. He only sends the boxes to Faith Street.
And once you believe you deserve something, then you've at least opened the door to walk into the room of success. But prior to believing you deserve it, you can do all the work, all the calls, all the mechanics that the other people do. But if you don't believe you deserve it, you're never going to even walk into the room and sit at the table to have a chance to get your piece. The chair at the table, space at the table, is only reserved for those who believe they deserve to be sitting there. Hard work matters. Why does hard work matter? Well, hard work matters strategic, because if you make more phone calls, you do the old adage, right? Show up earlier than everybody else, leave later. But there's something more deep about that. Yes, making more phone calls, seeing more people, being more active, being busier, putting in more hours into something always gives you a strategic chance. But something powerful happens when you do things other people aren't willing to do. You begin.
It's what God puts in your imagination for you to have. Everything God wants you to have, he puts it in your imagination. Albert Einstein said imagination is everything. It's to preview to life's coming attractions. It all happens at an appointed time, but you have to stay in faith for the appointed time to happen for you. I've been wanting to be on TV since I was 10 years old. You know how old I was before I got on TV? 38. 28 years after I wrote it on the paper. I won't be on TV. It took me 28 years to get on TV, but it happened at an appointed time. I just never gave up the faith. I kept going because I didn't know how to quit. Because I know if I quit, it cannot happen. But if you stay with it, you have no idea what can happen for you.
It's a dogfight of skills and talents and luck and faith and circumstance and blessing and all that stuff. But to get to the table, to get into the room, you have to believe you deserve to be there. The hard work part plays into shifting your identity. That over time, not even that long a period of time, when you're doing the things others are unwilling to do, you begin quietly to begin to believe that, oh, I deserve to be rewarded in ways these other people aren't going to be rewarded because I'm doing the things others won't do. And so the fastest way to change your identity, to change our belief, is just to flat get to work, to flat get there earlier, to flat leave later, to just make more calls, see more people, be more relentless, just pour ourselves into the work, because actually the hard work can in reverse impact our identity. And that's the key in changing your belief. So ask yourself this question, honestly, in whatever business you're in. Have you done everything physically and mentally possible to get yourself to that table? Have you done everything you're capable of? Have you been relentless and ferocious and invested so much time, effort, and energy that inside you, you know you deserve to win? Or if you held something in reserve, if you've not really given it your best, if you kind of hoped you'd get a little bit luckier, well, it's that little bit of reserve you hold back that will ultimately...
To believe that it's possible. Now, faith is not reality. You can't say faith is nothing, because it affects. It's like radiation. To us, it's nothing because it can't be...
Despite the storm all around you, now that's faith. Sometimes you need to risk it all for a dream only you can see. Have faith in your dream, no matter what you have to sacrifice to get there, no matter how long it's going to take. I have faith this will work out in the end. Faith is taking the first step. Even when you can't see the whole path, trust it. The rest of the path will reveal itself in time if you keep moving forward. Faith is stepping out there and having a crack when the conditions aren't perfect. If you wait for the conditions to be perfect to go after the things you want, you might be waiting forever.
Einstein once said, only those who can see the invisible can achieve the impossible. You must have faith. What you are picturing in your mind will come to life.
You must have faith the struggle will pass. You must have faith your time will come. Because when you believe in yourself, you are unstoppable. There is no greater asset than faith and belief in yourself. Let your faith be bigger than your fear. Have faith, success will be near. Remember, it may not happen immediately, but just know that in time, it absolutely will happen. Long term, it's yours. Just keep believing and never lose faith.
Faith is believing it will happen when there are no signs that it will happen. Faith is believing in your dream when no one else does. It is believing in yourself when no one else does. Because sometimes you may need to risk it all for a dream only you can see.
It does not matter where you are right now or who you have been. If you have faith and a relentless desire to succeed, you can really achieve anything in this world. Have faith. You will be great. And go get it.